Hello. Oh, that's close. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth, and this is Best Bookish Reviews, and I'm here to do a wrap-up for you. So this is March's wrap-up. So I'm going to start with my two unwrapped books that I read. The first one is Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. And this is about a woman who is going back to work after having some maternity leave. And she's just dropped off her daughter at daycare for the first time. She's woken up and her husband is not there. He's left her a scribbled note. And so she takes her daughter to daycare and she comes back. I think she has come back. I can't remember if she comes back or she goes to work and they show up at work. But anyway, the police show up and there's a hostage situation. And that's how long I'm going to tell you, but it kept my attention right from the start. There is language, and I don't remember there being any intimate scenes in there, but yeah, check the warnings before you read this. But it was really good, really fast-paced, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I also unwrapped. I knew I had two sets of series on my shelf in my wrapped books, and I really wanted to read a Louise Penny book. And I've been in these in this series for a while, but I haven't read any in a while. So I went in there and I unwrapped one, and it happened to be the right one. And so I read Kingdom of the Blind, and this one I don't really want to tell you anything, but I will tell you that Gamache and Myrna are, what are they? It's something about a wheel. They're executors of a wheel. They called it something else, I think. But they don't even really know this woman. But anyway, as always, it is wonderful. There is language in this one. But I just love the people in Three Pines. And I just love Louise Penny's writing. And I just love this series. And I'm ready to go open the other one and read it. So I may do that this month. Because, yeah, I just want to mood read sometimes. And I don't do that often. So anyway. All right. Now I'm going to do my buddy reads with my friend Chris next. March's pick for our buddy read was Frank Peretti's The Oath. We were still reading February's pick, but somehow I finished The Oath first. And this is about, I left a bookmark in here. Cliff Benson was murdered, and his wife Evelyn was in the hospital. She had seen the attack, but she was kind of out of it. And so Cliff's brother, can't remember his name, Steve, comes, and they're both like nature people. And so he knows that his brother wouldn't have like left the food where a bear could get it. They're saying it's a bear attack. And yeah, very good. I love Frank Peretti's writing. The town has a really big secret and it goes back hundreds of years and centers on one family. So Chris can describe it a lot better than I can, but I don't want to give anything away, and I sometimes give spoilers when I start trying to describe something. So that's all I'm gonna say, and just know it's a really good read, and it is he's a Christian author, so yeah. Then I finally finished The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton, and it's about Nell, who was abandoned on a shipyard dock, and this family took her in. All she had was a little suitcase, and so she's trying to discover her roots, trying to discover where she's from, who her parents were, and this is all about her journey for that, and her granddaughter as well. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, but yeah, it's kind of just like a long meandering book. So then I had my book club picks for Books Love Jenna. I have The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, which is about a school teacher who is in her prime, and she's teaching these girls, these young ladies, these young girls, and yeah, I wouldn't advise it. But with that being said, I plan to read it again. But yeah, but I wouldn't advise just anybody to read this book. You have to this is by Muriel Spark. But yeah. Anyway, we also read along with that, we read The Sisters, and this is about the Mitford sisters by Mary S. Lavelle, however you say her last name. And I'm just going to read the back of this one. This is the story of a close, loving family splintered by the violent ideologies of Europe between the world wars. Jessica was a communist. Debo became the Duchess of Devonshire. Nancy was one of the best-selling novelists of her day. Beautiful Diana married the fascist leader Sir Oswald Mosley. And Unity, a close friend of Hitler, shot herself in the head when England and Germany declared war. The Mitfords had style and presence and were extremely gifted. Above all, they were funny, hilariously and mercilessly so. In this wise, even-handed, and generous book, Mary Lovell captures the vitality and drama of a family that took the 20th century by storm and became, in some respects, its victims. So yeah, it's sweet, it's shocking, it's sad, and full of history and historic facts. And it's truth, because it's nonfiction. So yeah, I do look forward to rereading this later. Because I didn't think I enjoyed it, but then I remembered like all of the different names that I didn't think I was remembering, but I could keep everybody straight. So then I had March's TBR spin was that's put on by Freshly Read Books, and it was to pick one of your stacks, pick a book out of your stack, and then swap it with one by the same author. So I had a lead child in my stack, and so I swapped it. And this is just a set of short stories that are not Reacher centered. And yeah, they were pretty good. I would have preferred Reacher centered short stories, but you know. And I mean, they're twisted. They're not stories you'd think Lee Child would write. They're not typical of his writing style. So, then April's TBR spin we had just last weekend, and it was also a swap spin, and it was choose one of your books out of your stack and swap it for one of the same color. So I chose, I don't remember the book that it was a Philippa Gregory. Anyway, it was gold and black and something else. Anyway, I chose The Quiet Game by Greg Iles. This is about Penn Cage, and he's writing about, Greg Iles is writing about Natchez, Mississippi, and a death that is 30 years old, and it's Natchez, Mississippi was very racist at the time of this book supposedly is set in, and so pick it up at your own discretion, because the language is very harsh, and I had an extremely hard time getting through it, and yeah, it was pretty difficult. I don't know if I'll be reading any more of this one. It's yeah, it's really hard. It's a really hard read. Not the content, just the language and how racist it is. So the one book I finished for my DIY literature degree was at the beginning of the month. I'm reading about 5 of them right now, but I finished Death Comes for the Archbishop by Willa Cather. This was so good, so good. I underlined and I tabbed, and I just love Bishop Latour. It says, in 1851, Bishop Latour and his friend Father Valiant are dispatched to New Mexico to reawaken its slumbering Catholicism. Moving along the endless prairies, Latour spreads his faith the only way he knows, gently, although he must contend with the unforgiving landscape, derelict, and sometimes openly rebellious priests, and his own loneliness. Over nearly 40 years, the two friends have converts and enemies, crosses, and occasionally ecstasy in their wake, but it takes a death for them to make their mark on the landscape forever. It is a beautiful, beautiful book of friendship and faith and just love of the land and beauty. I loved it. And yeah. Anyway, that was all the books that I read. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.